cannabis industry in St. Lucia. Productivity Awareness Week, October 17th to the 21st, 2022. It's bigger, better, expanded. Productivity Awareness Week 2022, October 17th to the 21st, under the theme Expanding National Consciousness Towards Greater Productivity. Productivity is simply increasing your output while maintaining your level of inputs. On October 17th, we launch Productivity Awareness Week, followed by a lively discussion on opportunities and threats in the blue economy. Bankers descend on the Vendors Arcade for digital banking solutions on October 18th. The Castries City Hall will be a buzz of activity on October 19th. Bagay, a showcase from over 20 manufacturers displaying their products. But don't you miss the discussion on energy awareness, the reduction strategy on October 20th. And on the same day, we expand your consciousness with a timely discussion on the cannabis industry in St. Lucia. Productivity Awareness Week, October 17th to the 21st, 2022.
Yes, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are down here at the City Hall, Castries City Hall, that is. We say a big morning, welcome to everybody. You would be aware we are celebrating Productivity Awareness Week. Oui, moi héritage là, nous allons célébrer productivity, and of course, we encourage you, if you do have the time, to definitely come on down, pay us a visit. We have a number of our small businesses over here on display, a number of products, a number of, a little closer, oh definitely. I leave my phone, let me get my phone, yes. And we definitely would encourage you to come on down, so that we could, so no, okay, yes. And of course, as I said, we are doing our sound check. Just bear with us as we get set up, fine-tuning, making sure everything is in place as it, where that mic is, I should be away from that. Yes, and definitely, ladies and gentlemen, let me say a big good morning to one and all. For our people in Media Land, for those of you who could hear our voices, I am Carlton Cyril, aka Cooks, and we are down here, of course, at the City Hall. We will be starting off our activity, of course. You would be aware, Productivity Awareness Week, the 17th to the 21st of October. Among the activities, ladies and gentlemen, that has, of course, gone by. You would have known on the 17th, we had the official launch of the Productivity Awareness Week, expanding national consciousness towards a great productivity. Of course, also we had a panel discussion. That panel discussion treats on opportunities for the blue economy in St. Lucia, organized by the National Integrated Planning and Program Unit, of course. That would be the NIPP. And yes, also we had Sales Productivity Forum for vendors, and of course other MSMEs that took place, of course, emphasizing and navigating the digital banking solution to increase sales and customer retention. That took place, of course, together with, organized by the Bankers Association of St. Lucia at the Vendors Arcade in St. Lucia. And we are here this morning, of course, with our Micro Enterprise Expo. Yes, if you're hearing my voice and if you're trying to figure out what is going on, it is Productivity Awareness Week happening here at the City Council. And of course, we have our Micro Enterprise Expo, Bagay, showcasing small manufacturers producing innovative products, organized by the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association and the Ministry of Commerce. Happening now at the City Hall. So, ladies and gentlemen, we guys have connu ici à moi. Oui, quand nous ici à célébrer semaine productivité, nous ici à moi héritage créole là après coup, non moi c'est Cox, nous ici avec nous ni en Haïti business ici et puis activité qui a fait ici nous encourageons pour descendre et puis venir ça nous jani ici encore ça c'est semaine productivité qui a pris coup ici à Chong Hall. So we invite one and all to come and down, see what's happening, and participate in this. Okay? Eh bien, depuis vous avez ça, vous avez descendu. Thank you so much. You know? Yes, we take a commercial break and we will be right back.
It's bigger, better, expanded. Productivity Awareness Week 2022, October 17th to the 21st, under the theme Expanding National Consciousness Towards Greater Productivity. Productivity is simply increasing your output while maintaining your level of inputs. On October 17th, we launch Productivity Awareness Week, followed by a lively discussion on opportunities and threats in the blue economy. Bankers descend on the Vendors Arcade for digital banking solutions on October 18th. The Castries City Hall will be a buzz of activity on October 19th. Bagay, a showcase from over 20 manufacturers displaying their products. But don't you miss the discussion on energy awareness, the reduction strategy on October 20th. And on the same day, we expand your consciousness with a timely discussion on the cannabis industry in St. Lucia. Productivity Awareness Week, October 17th to the 21st, 2022.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much. We are here at the City Council. As I said earlier on, what we are doing, we are celebrating Productivity Awareness Week. And of course, a number of activities have taken place as it relates to Productivity Week. What is happening here right now, down at the City Hall? What is happening there right now? We have what we call Bagay. Bagay happening right now at the City Council. And of course, you would know it's part of what we call Productivity Awareness Week. And we would so much so appreciate you coming down and spend some time right here at the City Council. Our program for today at the City Council, we would be together with the Ministry of Commerce, Manufacturing, Business Development, Cooperative, and Consumer Affairs. We'll be partnering agencies will be there also. And we will welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to the City Hall. Please come on down. What our program looks like for today, of course, definitely among other things, we will have our welcoming remarks. Yes, we will have opening remarks too, of course, among other things. But what we are encouraging you is to come down here at the City Hall where we have the Bagay Micro Enterprise Expo, a number of small enterprises.
It's bigger, better, expanded. Productivity Awareness Week.
Nous en moi héritage créole là. Quand si nous en moi ou savent nous kay parler créole là ba ou et puis en yon manière ben l'autre ou kay tan ek we bagay ki ni pour faire et puis créole. So what is going to happen? We have the Micro Enterprise Expo. Bagay, showcasing small manufacturers producing innovative product. Produit ek bagay qui sorti Saint-Lucie. Ek ou kamande ko ça ka fait à présent en ça nous crier ton hall là. Vini entrer, vini participer. Come and participate. Of course, it's productivity awareness a week. A number of activities has taken place. Among them, you guys have vendors arcade la. What were we doing there? Yes, introducing our small vendors to the blue economy. Okay? Yes. So come on down as soon as you could get that chance. You will be hearing from us. We are here until later. We now go to a news report on the vendors arcade activity in Colorado, which all has to signify Productivity Awareness Week, which took place yesterday at the arcade. We now go to this report.
As the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, NCPC, gets set to observe the 9th edition of Productivity Awareness Week from October 17th to the 21st, 2022, Director of the NCPC, Lisa Flora-Montoute, says national productivity issues must be tackled collaboratively, particularly by expanding the dialogue between the private and public sectors.
And we have teamed up with the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association as well as the Bankers Association of St. Lucia in order to be able to bring out a lot of the activities and in fact to bring out issues relating to productivity and competitiveness for St. Lucia.
Financial Information Month is also observed in October. On October 18th, for the first time ever, bankers will descend on the vendors arcade in Castries to sensitize the vendors on opportunities to maximize their sales productivity via digital banking solutions. Medford Francis is the president of the Bankers Association of St. Lucia.
We see this collaboration as an opportunity to promote digital finance, which could also drive productivity. And I speak particularly of our online and mobile banking, where persons can access their funds, transfer funds to other parties, manage their payments, initiate wires, and also apply for loans. In fact, the signature event that the association and the council will be collaborating on involves the vendors, where we'll be promoting the use of these digital banking services as being safer and more convenient, as well as taking the opportunity to guide the vendors on how they could access loans from our various financial institutions, all in the service of improving their productivity and competitiveness.
Other activities for the week include panel discussions on topics such as the opportunities and threats to St. Lucia's blue economy, energy awareness, the reduction strategy, and an exciting discussion on the framework for the cannabis industry in St. Lucia. Paula James, Executive Director of the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association, says her association, in collaboration with the Ministry of Commerce, will host a micro-enterprise expo called Bagay.
The St. Lucia Manufacturers Association is keen on participating in the Productivity Awareness Week. And the reason being, we have a number of micro manufacturers who do phenomenal and great work with their production of their products. It's an opportunity for them to showcase to St. Lucian public what they make and how they make it and where they make it. Because you might see it in the supermarket and just bypass it, not knowing it is a locally manufactured product.
Productivity Awareness Week aims to amplify the importance of productivity and competitiveness to economic growth and national development. The week-long campaign targets the public and private sectors, NGOs, civil society organizations, and the general public to embrace a mindset that continuously strives for excellence.
So you may access all of the activities that we have planned on the social media handles, such as on Facebook and on YouTube as well. We will be featured also on NTN, but in particular, it will be widely aired on social media.
The theme for Productivity Awareness Week 2022 is expanding national consciousness towards greater productivity. For the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, Glenn Simon reporting.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we say welcome back. For those of you viewing us online, or if you are hearing our voice, we are down at the City Hall. And when I say we, let me bring your attention to our Productivity Awareness Week. You know, so this is a part of the activities happening for Productivity Awareness Week. We are down here and we have some of our micro businesses, yeah, and it's our Micro Enterprise Expo. Bel Ti Bagay. And of course, non kaidu saye Bel Ti Bagay. We have some of our participants over here. And of course, definitely, as we go along, we will be speaking to them. They are here and of course, introducing you to them. Get an idea as to what they do, their businesses, and you could what they are showcasing here at our expo down at the City Hall, as I said. Of course, first on my list, let me say good morning to Anna Polit, and of course the name of her business, I don't know if my cameraman could get that, is Language Solutions. Language Solutions. And let me say good morning and thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Good morning. Yes, my name is Anna Polit. My business is basically translations and interpretation services. The name of the business is Language Solutions. So I do official translations, certified translations, English into Spanish, Spanish into English. We have other languages as well. We have French, German translators as well. We also do interpretation services in conferences, in court proceedings. We also do tours. Yes, I've been a tour guide for a long time, so I've designed some tours for foreigners and locals alike. So we are here, we have some information here about the business, how to find me, and very happy to be here to showcase my business so that St. Lucians know that there are interpretations and translation services available right here on island. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, if you are hearing our voice, if you are wondering what is happening here, it's our Productivity Awareness Week happening at the City Hall right now. That is what we call the Town Hall. And it's our Micro Enterprise Expo. Micro Enterprise Expo. Bel Ti Bagay. Showcasing small manufacturers producing innovative products, organized, of course, by the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association and the Ministry of Commerce at the City Hall right now. So I've just had, and of course was speaking to Ms. Anna Polit from Language Solutions. So, so they do translation, they do tours, language solution, as she said. So nous à moi héritage créole là, journée créole ga vini talé. Ek pour ces moun qui ka coûté ek puis ka di madame qui ka fait bagay qui fait ek langue nous, langage qui te ban nous explanation créole là. Dis-nous polite. Polite, excusez-moi. Just vieux dis-nous encore qui sa business ou ka fait les mountain language solution qui ça exactement y ou pas obligé tourner toi longi anik dis-nous pour moun sa comprendre ça ka fait là.
Well, bonjour, c'est Castries. Oui, nous ici à Town Hall à Castries, mais qu'à représenter compagnie moi c'est Language Solutions. Nous avons fait traduction, nous avons fait espagnol, anglais, nous avons fait créole aussi. Et moi je voulais souhaiter toutes simplicité au bon journée créole, bon mois héritage créole et merci pour ces organisateurs qui invitent moi pour moi ça montrer aux autres qui ça nous a fait ici c'est ici et puis langage parce que les autres savent Et nous pouvons vivre dans un monde, au monde qui besoin communiquer avec yon a l'autre, délai nous passe à parler avec l'autre nation. So moi ici pour aider les autres, moi qui fait traduction, moi qui fait aussi, moi fait un petit tour, ces autres fait tout pays et moi qui fait ça aussi. So merci et bonne journée créole à toutes ces ici.
Ok, so là on est pour moi héritage là, messieurs dames, sous kakachile, qui ça qui a fait, pour qui ça on attend voir moi là, et qui ça on a fait, si men ça c'est productivité, yo ka mener, yo ka fait moun savent, les vini pour productivité, en Saint-Lucie, nous ni ça nous couiller, Micro Enterprise Expo, et ça c'est côté nous ka bay, c'est gentil business là, c'est moun ça qui ni innovation, c'est moun ça qui a vini, et puis mouché qui ça cette lycée qui ça nous a produit en cette lycée quand nous invité au bout descendre venir ouais ça qui a fait ici nous ici à messieurs dames souhait là où il veut voir la porte là en écran tout personne Bagay m'a deux questions vini it's the micro enterprise expo et puis let me just swing back to English and say, Miss Anna Polit, if you could just let us know how you could be contacted, where your office is, for persons who might just be interested in hearing about your language solutions. Where is your office located? Exactly, how could you be contacted? Are you on social media? Because I notice you have a number of literature and small packages here.
Yes, well, I'm located at Cicero, that is where my office is, but you know, as nowadays, we become so technical, so I am on social media, on Facebook, and also on WhatsApp. Usually, before, interpretations used to be on one-on-one basis. Nowadays, we can do it via Zoom, and you can contact me at 460-1093, that is my WhatsApp number. I usually get a lot of my clients through WhatsApp, get all my, my work on WhatsApp, also on Facebook. I'm on Language Solutions on Facebook. And my email address, languagesolution360@gmail.com, that is another option. You can contact me via WhatsApp, as I said, and on Facebook, on Language Solution. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Polit. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's all happening right here. Micro Enterprise Expo, of course, Bell Bagay happening now at the City Hall, the Town Hall as we call it, and of course, all happening for our Productivity Awareness Week. And when you walk in, ladies and gentlemen, you will be experiencing something of a difference. We have, of course, the place well set up. We have our balloons. We have the, and our stages are down with the balloons, the colors, of course, for this. Just let me remind you, of course, of activities that had already taken place. The official launch that took place, ladies and gentlemen, on the 17th, and that was when we had under the topic expanding national consciousness towards the greater productivity. We also had a panel discussion among other activities, and yesterday, of course, those of you who have been watching, you would have known we were at the Vendors Arcade, and they were doing that sales productivity forum for the vendors. So we invite you to come on down. We're happening at the City Hall. Right now, we will be taking a promo, and then, of course, we will be going to the front of the City Hall as we enlighten persons as to what is happening right here at the City Hall. Thank you so much.
It's bigger, better, expanded. Productivity Awareness Week 2022, October 17th to the 21st, under the theme Expanding National Consciousness Towards Greater Productivity. Productivity is simply increasing your output while maintaining your level of inputs. On October 17th, we launch Productivity Awareness Week, followed by a lively discussion on opportunities and threats in the blue economy. Bankers descend on the Vendors Arcade for digital banking solutions on October 18th. The Castries City Hall will be a buzz of activity on October 19th. Bagay, a showcase from over 20 manufacturers displaying their products. But don't you miss the discussion on energy awareness, the reduction strategy on October 20th. And on the same day, we expand your consciousness with a timely discussion on the cannabis industry in St. Lucia. Productivity Awareness Week, October 17th to the 21st, 2022.
Productivity Awareness Week. With me here at the City Council, the activity that is going on right now is the Micro Enterprise Expo. And what it is, Bagay. Egbamedu Bagay, Nisia. So, Productivity Week, sir. Have you heard anything to do with the Productivity Week?
Not at all, I don't have nothing like that.
So we have Bagay happening in the City Hall right now where micro business, business, yoga muche business, produit yo, bagay ki ka fait cette lisi, et puis yo ka fait moun sav sa ki ka ale. Est-ce que vous avez une chance pour venir nous sa ka ale en dedans?
Well, let me view, je right now, let me view, je even got ça passer.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. If you are wondering what is happening, ladies and gentlemen, I am right here at the Castries City Council, and we have a Productivity Awareness Week happening right now, and it is the Micro Enterprise Expo. Ekmen devant ici, vous savez, moi, héritage créole. Moi héritage créole là et puis ça nous a fait nous juste fait moun savent qui ça qui a fait ici. I have a young man here with me, so you saw our sign, the Productivity Awareness Week. Have you heard about it, or do you know anything much about the productivity which is happening?
Nope.
Well, he said no, but would you join us inside? Because we have the activity happening. Small businesses, they're displaying their produce, their products. You have
my time, so I could go inside. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. All happening here, ladies and gentlemen. We're bringing into your awareness this activity for Productivity Awareness Week, which is happening right now. Micro Enterprise Expo, Bagay, showcasing small manufacturers producing innovative products, organized, of course, by the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association and the Ministry of Commerce at the City Hall. So we are encouraging you to come down, ladies and gentlemen, come and visit. We have our small businesses. They are here displaying innovative produce products made in St. Lucia right here. So we really are encouraging you to come down. What it is, of course, it's all part of Productivity Awareness Week. We started, of course, on the 17th and is going on until the 21st of October. Among activities that has happened and that has taken place, you would have known on the 17th we had our official launch of Productivity Awareness Week, expanding a national consciousness towards a greater productivity. We had on the 17th a panel discussion also took place, which is the threats and opportunities for the blue economy in St. Lucia, and that was organized by the National Integrated Planning and Program Unit. And of course, you would know we also had our sales productivity forum for vendors and other MSMEs, navigating the digital banking solution to increase sales and customer retention. Yes, organized, of course, by the Bankers Association of St. Lucia and the Vendors Arcade that took place in St. Lucia. So we will be taking a commercial break, but we do encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, to come down to the City Hall as we continue to celebrate Productivity Awareness Week here at the City Hall. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We will be here. We invite you to come in and experience our Expo Enterprise happening here. Bagay. Come on in and you will see what is happening right now in the City Hall. We encourage you. We take a commercial break. When we come back, more as back to our program, yes. More of Productivity Awareness Week. Part of our activities, our Micro Enterprise Expo here at the City Hall. Thank you so much. We will be right back.
It's bigger, better, expanded. Productivity Awareness Week 2022, October 17th to the 21st, under the theme Expanding National Consciousness Towards Greater Productivity. Productivity is simply increasing your output while maintaining your level of inputs. On October 17th, we launch Productivity Awareness Week, followed by a lively discussion on opportunities and threats in the blue economy. Bankers descend on the Vendors Arcade for digital banking solutions on October 18th. The Castries City Hall will be a buzz of activity on October 19th. Bagay, a showcase from over 20 manufacturers displaying their products. But don't you miss the discussion on energy awareness, the reduction strategy on October 20th. And on the same day, we expand your consciousness with a timely discussion on the cannabis industry in St. Lucia. Productivity Awareness Week, October 17th to the 21st, 2022.
Good morning, all, this morning. As we start off today, I know it's a little hot, but we're going to make it good and short and sweet so that everybody going to be blessed after this meeting this morning. So as we commence, let's have an opening prayer to give thanks to great Almighty God to make this session possible this morning. So let us stand in reverence to the Almighty God. All heads closed. All heads bowed and eyes closed. Good morning, dear Lord. I pray as we stand here before you this morning, allow this session to be fruitful and for it to meet its target. Oh Lord God, as we await the arrival of more entrepreneurs, let us still be happy with the presence of those who are presently here this morning and allow this event to be fruitful and memorable. Oh Lord God, I pray you bless this opportunity that we have today, since it is one that's timely and well occasioned. So as we prepare to do our best this morning, let us thank all the persons who have actually made a commitment to be present here this morning. In your namesake, amen. Yes, you could be seated now. Okay, when we look at our agenda this morning, I want to make special remarks to a few notable persons who have been here this morning. Bagay, it's a showcase, an opportunity where you have small entrepreneurs coming to showcase their products and their services. As we said, we are waiting more persons to come this morning, but I believe that persons will come in and it will be a success. So, we welcome all here today as your participation indicates your interest in our national advancement. And special thanks goes to distinguished guests and officials. First, let me welcome Ms. Sophia Alfie Henry, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Commerce, Manufacturing, Business Development, Cooperatives and Consumer Affairs. Then we also have a notable welcome to Ms. Barbara Innocent Charles, Director of the Small Business Development Center of the Ministry of Commerce, Manufacturing, Business Development, Cooperatives, and Consumer Affairs. We also now turn our attention to Mr. Glenn Simon, who is the Communication Specialist of the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, and also the Chairperson of the Productivity Awareness Week. And notable remarks and notable comments must also be made to Mrs. Paula James of the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association. She has been at the forefront as well, allowing this whole event to take place. And also, we cannot forget the presence of Mr. Carlton Cyril, known as Mr. Cox. He's a media sensation, and we have no more or less introduction to him. He has made his presence felt here this morning. So, with this note, and thank you for all the other entrepreneurs who are here, and we expect more to come. We thank you once again for being here this morning, and we're going to get the best out of this session this morning. And on this note, let me now turn over to a very distinguished official, one who has been a bastion for economic success at the Ministry of Commerce. She was the former controller of the Inland Revenue Department, and now she stands as the permanent secretary for almost 4 years at the Ministry of Commerce, Manufacturing, Business Development, Cooperatives, and Consumer Affairs. Let me now welcome Ms. Sophia Alfie Henry to the podium this morning.
Ms. Paula James, Executive Director of the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association, Mrs. Barbara Innocent Charles, Director of the Small Enterprise Development Unit. We have Mr. Glenn Simon of the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, Mr. Lloyd Eugene, our officer at the Small Enterprise Development Unit, our manufacturers, and our other distinguished guests. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's my pleasure to be here with you this morning. It's not coincidental, but rather to witness an activity that aims to positively transform the economic landscape of our micro, small and medium enterprises. So this activity we know is dubbed Micro Enterprise Expo, Bagay. So hereafter, I will refer to it as Bagay. And that is spearheaded by the NCPC as it celebrates Productivity Awareness Week under the theme, Expanding National Consciousness Towards Greater Productivity. I'm very encouraged by this event since it falls in tandem with the very core activities undertaken by my ministry, which is the Ministry of Commerce, Manufacturing, Business Development, Cooperatives, and Consumer Affairs. Bagay comes at an opportune time as we try to recover from a myriad of financial hurdles that have plagued our island. The deleterious effects of COVID pandemic, high rate of unemployment, especially youth unemployment, and the continual increase in crime all signal the necessity for collaborative effort to improve our socio-economic status from now and beyond. Bagay will showcase 20 local manufacturers and service providers featuring their goods and services to the general public for increased visibility. And that's one of the main aims of this activity, is to give our micro manufacturers and service providers the visibility that they need to hold their hand, to help them crawl and to help them walk. Bagay's objectives, as I indicated, to provide greater visibility, create an opportunity for on-site revenue generation, and to provide an avenue for the public to be inspired by the innovations of our local manufacturers. The NCPC has been established with the aim to identify the key issues related to competitiveness and productivity in St. Lucia, as well as to provide timely and effective recommendations to policymakers, private sector, and other stakeholders. Therefore, Bagay, or a beautiful small thing, is a great opportunity to study these local manufacturers in a small environment, thereby learning about their strengths and weaknesses and providing advice critical to their sustainability. Hence, it is imperative that we adhere to this philosophy to improve the financial sphere of our island, St. Lucia. The Ministry of Commerce is highly instrumental in ensuring our manufacturers receive adequate support in their business cycle. Currently, the ministry is spearheading the launch of the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Loan Grant Facility That's the MSME loan grant facility, and you must listen because we'll have much more information available on that. With EC $10 million will be allocated for financial and technical support to 500 small businesses. And there's grant and loan. 70% of that 10 million would be a grant and 30% a loan. So by way of example, if you need $10,000, you will actually get $7,000 as a grant. That's money you do not have to repay. And $3,000 will be the loan component with very low interest rates, and little to no collateral is required. And the whole aim of that is to assist you, to give you that boost that you need, because we know COVID really hit us hard, especially the small businesses. So the government would like to give you that level of support, technical and financial support. So I'd like to thank the manufacturers that are here today for taking time out of their busy schedules to showcase their uniqueness and expose us to their wide assortment of products. Your creativity is testament to your adherence to being competitive and providing products of optimal value. In addition, special thanks to Mr. Glenn Simon, of course, the chairperson of the NCPC, and Ms. Paula James, the executive director of the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association, for their unwavering support for this event. Belty Bagay would not be possible without their efforts. And of course, I'd like to acknowledge my director and her team. And it would be remiss of me not to acknowledge Mr. Lloyd Eugene, who worked very hard. We do appreciate your efforts, Lloyd, and thank you very much for your dedication. So in closing, let me remind everyone that our MSMEs, especially our manufacturers, form the backbone of our economy. The strength of a nation lies heavily on the sweat and toil of the citizens who strive to produce the goods and services necessary to sustain the livelihood of the greater good. Today, we are here in the company of bastions for the greater good. With this, I thank you and I bid you the very best.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sophie Henry, for this well said. I'm elated by your rendition this morning. Thank you once again. As I said, we're in the company of the bastions of the greater good. So let us applaud those individuals here this morning for being present to allow us to have an opportunity to showcase and to learn from what they have done today. Special recognition is also made to Ms. Lisa Montut. She's the director of the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, NCPC, and also Mrs. Adra Payne, executive assistant of the NCPC. Now, an individual who has spearheaded many activities within the Ministry of Commerce, a leader in economic success and growth of micro, small, and medium enterprises. We welcome Ms. Barbara Innocent Charles, Director of the Small Business Development Center, formerly known as SEDU.
Right. Protocol established. Good morning to all, and welcome again to the Micro Enterprise Expo, Belty Bagay. And for me, it's a wonderful privilege that I've been granted that I can be here, you know, to partake of this strategic and timely event. And, you know, when businesses and the general public are cognizant of the wide array of products, goods and services that are available locally, eventually importing, you know, the heavy reliance of importing the goods and services will become a thing of the past, and that's our goal. And at a time when we have mounting distress and unrest on the global scene that threaten to derail our little island and the other small island states, you know, it is indeed praiseworthy that I could attend this milestone event. Okay, so we heard from our permanent secretary of the Ministry of Commerce some of the benefits that could be can be availed of being here today with this event. And I just want to add that right here, the small businesses have the opportunity to benefit from feedback from the public that would help further enhance your goods and services. So I encourage you to be open, you know, to all of that. And then there's the networking, which is priceless, you know, how you network with each other and other organizations and would-be entrepreneurs. Okay, so it is the intention that other unregistered businesses, those that are not yet with the Ministry of Commerce or with the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association, they will be wowed by this event and then seek, you know, to become part of, you know, the services, the assistance that is available, that the government of St. Lucia and the various business support organizations have made available. And with our unit, the Small Business Development Center, we offer businesses assistance in business plan development, accessing duty-free concessions. You know, this helps greatly to reduce your overheads, record keeping, the business startup training, and all of this get towards taking the businesses from ideas, concept stage to, you know, to market. And these interventions by the ministry have resulted in a number of our small businesses attaining awards, and you have one right here with us in the case of Arby's Exotic, you know. Young Entrepreneurs of the Year Award, Entrepreneur of the Year Award, you know, in our National Business Award ceremony. So there's a lot to be gained from being a member or a client of the Ministry of Commerce. All right, so now with this vision of, you know, seeing that a greater number of new businesses entering the business community, that the ministry, well, through the Small Business Development Center, we launched a new program in August, the Young Entrepreneurs in Action program, the SBDCA, and that was geared towards, you know, building that entrepreneurial spirit among our youth. And it targeted 40 fourth and fifth form secondary school students from around the island, and we matched them with MSMEs, especially micro and small enterprises in their field of interest. And what we saw was, you know, that exchange where they gained the skills, understanding the know-how, and you know, using their, and through their own creative and innovative lens, they help the businesses now, you know, do certain things more efficiently. You know the youth already, they don't have time for too many long processes, and they can just look and tell us, you know, why can't we do it this way? And so we saw that lovely relationship and the know why, and we asked them, you know, don't be afraid to ask the hard questions. And it's with this in mind that we can now have, you know, more expos like this, bringing in younger persons into the pool of micro, small, and medium enterprises, who eventually will become our large businesses. Okay, and incidentally, as I speak right now, TVET, the technical and vocational education and training unit, they are having a dialogue with the private sector to see, how can we make the training that we are developing, more relevant to you. And how can you now apprise us, inform us of the new techniques and competencies that you require so that we can have, you can now have access to that workforce that you so very much need, all right, to get your businesses to the next level. And so it will also ensure that businesses have the standards, can operate at the standards that are internationally recognized, so that our businesses are not just acceptable locally, but in the internationally, regionally as well. So with this, I want to thank, NCP and the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association, all of you, the exhibitors here today, and those who will be joining us a little later, that as you continue to develop your businesses, have in the back of your mind to be world-class, because anything below that is mediocrity, and you run the risk of being left out of the equation of sustainable prosperity. With this, I thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Charles, for this well done, well said, timely speech. I think nothing more has to be said. We now see the importance and the significance of producing our best when it comes to showcasing our goods and services. Yeah, thank you. Okay, former employee of the Government Information Service, GIS, and now is the communication specialist of the NCPC, and one who has spearheaded this notable event. Without his effort, I don't think it would have been successful this morning. Welcome Mr. Glenn Simon to the podium, please. Sorry, take it back. We're going to welcome Miss Lisa, she's the director of the NCPC, Miss Lisa Montut. So we welcome her to give her remarks, brief remarks, please.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Please allow me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. A pleasant good morning to each and everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you to today's activity, the Micro Enterprise Expo, Bagay. This activity is one of many activities which has been planned by the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council in commemoration of Productivity Awareness Week, under the theme, Expanding National Consciousness Towards Greater Productivity. The theme is a call for collective action as one people to promote activities and initiatives that leads to constant improvements, innovation, creativity, and productivity. COVID-19 has taught us that when there are shocks in our external environment, we must be ready to adapt and diversify, whether it is in finding alternative sources to production inputs or being creative with our methods and processes to continue meeting our customers' demands. The NCPC applauds the efforts of the association and your members for acceding to the call for embracing new opportunities for creativity and growth. We challenge you to continue on this path, and we pledge our continued support as we work towards promoting the enabling environment for the growth and further development of our local SMEs. I take this opportunity to also thank the Ministry of Commerce for your support of this activity. To the various SMEs who are here today, thank you as well for your efforts in displaying and providing information about your innovative and unique products to the general public. It is my hope that the visibility generated by this activity will spur financial and productivity gains for our local manufacturers and provide a much-needed boost of confidence. With this, I would like to thank you once again, welcome each and every one of you, and to thank you, the partners on this event, for embracing this activity as we look to work collaboratively to make St. Lucia a more productive society. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lisa. Thank you once again. Well done and timely said. Okay, let me make note of an individual who has been at the forefront of success for manufacturers in St. Lucia. Executive Director of the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association, we welcome Ms. Paula James, because like Mr. Glenn Simon, without her efforts, this event would be no event. We welcome Ms. Paula James to the event.
You have everybody laughing, okay. All right, morning all. It is a pleasure being here on behalf of the Manufacturers Association. Anything to do with my micro manufacturers, and I say my because I take them on passionately, and anything to do to help them, for me, is pride and joy. Being the executive director of the Manufacturers Association is just a name. So I have to ensure I work with my ministry, which is the Ministry of Commerce, Trade, Industry, Manufacturing, and working with them is again for small business and for your business to grow and succeed. There's a lot you can get out of being a part of the ministry. And working with Glenn, I could not say no when he spoke about Productivity Week. Because as I said earlier, this week, productivity is key to your business. A lot of you, micro, have to get up 4 in the morning, who go to bed 1 o'clock and still get up at 4 in the morning, especially if you have some business and a job to complete. That is your passion. And I will do whatever I can to ensure that that passion is fruitful to you, but it works both ways. So you being here is a testimony of your pride and joy of your business, because without you, this would not be possible. So for me, participating in this was key, and I'm happy to see some of the manufacturers here, small producers, and with products that I keep saying that St. Lucians need to have pride in because it has quality. I look at this young lady with her bags, and it's phenomenal. And I see some of the things you're doing. My friend over there doing his brooms and his rebar stuff is a craft because it takes time and effort to put into your business. And I wish you all the best as we go through this Productivity Week. Thank you.
Okay. Working with working at this event, it was the first time I actually met Mr. Simon and Miss Paula James, but it felt that I knew them for many years because the experience and the collaboration we had was very great. So I'm happy once again to be working with them. And right now, we now turn our attention to Mr. Carlton Sewell, better known as Cooks. He's a media sensation. We have all seen him in action. We have already know what he can do. And we are very blessed to have him here in our presence this morning. So now we welcome Mr. Cooks or Mr. Carlton Sewell to the podium to continue the session for this morning. Thank you once again. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, you have heard from our guest speakers. And now you are literally going to see what is happening here with our small businesses. We have a number of them who are present and, of course, showcasing. And just to remind you, it is our Micro Enterprise Expo, Bagay, showcasing small manufacturers producing innovative products, organized by the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association and the Ministry of Commerce. And of course, all of this is happening here at the City Hall. So we are right here with Abby's Exotic Blends, Abby's Exotic Blends. And of course, right here with you is Abby. Yes. And of course, she will be giving us a little background into Abby's Exotic Blends. She will tell us, of course, her name of her business, the products. And I cannot help but notice the number of awards she has, accumulated over the years. I think we're going back as far back as 2018 and as early as 2020, definitely. So Ms. Abby will give us just a little introduction into the business, a little information as to what exactly Abby's Exotic Blend all about.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shondell Abiola Alexander, and I am the founder, managing director of Abby's Exotic Blends. This business is about 10 years old, but I feel excited every time I have to speak about my business because it is still fresh in my mind. I work hard every day to produce new products, come up with innovative ideas, and to keep our business going and keep it fresh in the minds of our people, households, and we're looking to go international. So we have here today breadfruit chips, plantain chips, sweet potato chips, because we don't have everything ready at the moment. But come check us out at Christmas, where we will have everything you need. New punches. The newest on the market is our pumpkin spice, which we will be doing this year for Christmas.
Thank you so much, Abby. Of course, just before you leave us and we move on to interview another exhibitor, let me just ask, if someone has to get in contact with you, where exactly are you based? How could they get in touch with you? Where exactly your office or place of manufacturing is?
Okay, we're located in the Carillac building in Sans Souci, Castries, which is the building after the blue building after the CSA Center, where house Flow before. You could always also reach us on Abby's Exotic Blends, abbys.exoticblend@gmail.com, Facebook, and 486-6179. That number has a WhatsApp attached to it.
Thank you so much, Abby. Ou sav makay kito ale nou a mwa héritage créole là pour journée créole et puis les moi ouais ou ni bagay kon peanut punch ou ni simos avec journée créole là moi just kay vle mando pour moun qui kay célébrer journée créole qui ça ou ça de ou ni là les vini pour moi ou sav makay kito ale sou pas di nou un petit morceau et qui ça ou ni pour moi ça moi héritage là.
Ok, nous aussi qu'a fait ti manger, bagay kon lamoui, bakes, akra, sauce, peanut punch, coconut punch, rum punch. Ou savez, toutes ces petits bagay là qui kay fait chou content, nous ça fait aussi.
Kwa sa ou ka di si un moun vle se bagay sa, yo sa kontakto et puis diou yo vle debese na kwa, yo vle détruire la moui et hot café sa boire aussi.
Local juice, ice lollies, n'importe bagay ou ka vle pour journée créole ou ça contacter moi à 486 679. Merci.
Merci tellement, Mazavi. Ou ça, depuis c'est moi. Quand souka kachele qui ça qui a fait là encore nous ici dans ça nous couiller belle petit bagay exposé nous ici avec nous monde qui a produit en Chayatic Hot Saint-Lucie quand nous invité pour descendre venir ouais qui ça qui a pris coup ici là où entrer au caillou nous ni yon de trois nous ni en chay municia qui a mouché nous ces petits bagay là à présent si vous suivez moi kay parler by pièce là c'est lui qui pièce en commerce écoutez hatani plus bonheur et moi j'étais bien content pour tant ces plans yoni pour ces gens qui évoluent en affaires l'usine produit moi savais pas mais moi commencer à parler balai créole la venir but yes just give us an overall your overall feeling of what has happened and the purpose, what is the intention of what is happening here.
Thank you. Well, this week we celebrate Productivity Awareness Week, and the Ministry of Commerce is partnering with the NCPC. Today is about our micro businesses. So at the Ministry of Commerce, we cater to all businesses at all levels or at any stage of the business cycle. And our micro businesses, they need the helping hand. They are the ones, they need all the incentives, the support, whether it be financial, technical. And today is about visibility, bringing them out to showcase their goods and their service. And so persons can know that they have a product. We know they will need assistance to develop it, whether it be enhancing the packaging, labeling. That's what the ministry is there for, to enhance that product so that persons can purchase, we can expand their market share, and give them that opportunity to grow.
Of course, we talk about expanding the products. We spoke about the assistance the ministry could give. Are we in the not too distant future, or are we thinking of exporting those products? Because I know it is one thing for us to have it here. It is one thing to showcase it at expos like that. But of course, I know it could be even better if we could get it across the seas and of course overseas. Any your views on that?
Definitely. When we think of expansion, we do not just think of St. Lucia, the domestic market share. No. One of the things we have noted, quite a few of our micro businesses, operation takes place at home, in the home kitchen. And we definitely need to take them out of that personal, private space. So we are really trying at the ministry to come up with plans so that they can be in a more commercial space, so that a space that is HACCP certified, so that the products can even get onto our supermarket shelves. When we talk about the manufactured goods, goods that persons eat, well, food, we need to get them out so that their goods can be on our supermarket shelves, even before it could reach overseas. And if you, I'm sure you are aware that Export St. Lucia is also an agency which falls under the Ministry of Commerce. So when we help them, the Small Enterprise Development Unit will, one, assist them with registration, because they need to formalize their business, have a bank account, have a business name, before they can enter into relationship, any kind of contractual relationship with any business, any retailer, distributor. They need to formalize. So we assist them with that. And then when we help them with the packaging, we help them to arrange their finances, and to operate their business in a manner that they can and they are ready to export. Then we hand them over to Export St. Lucia. Export St. Lucia would actually do all the research for them overseas to find the markets for them, to assist them with meeting the standards for the different markets, even in terms of translation of labels, all information on labels, help them with that. And So there's so much that the ministry offers from the beginning to the end to get them into our local supermarkets and the local distribution outlets, and also to get them overseas. And we have quite a few of our small manufacturers. They started very small, like some of those that are here today. And I think it's important to say that. Persons think that when they start off, they have their clear bags, etc. No, that we will help you to transform so that you can have proper label, proper packaging. You need to just come to the Ministry of Commerce. Yes, come to the Ministry of Commerce and we'll assist you. Then you'll transition to an Abby's. So watch Abby's now. Watch how many awards she has received, right? And she's just growing and growing. So we need our manufacturers to think big and not just think local. We will take you to the export market if you will just broaden your scope, your horizon, and your way of thinking. So it's not like just a hobby, something you're doing on a side. You have to look at your venture as a business for long-term sustainability and profitability.
Thank you so much. And that was Mrs. Sophia Ave Henry, PS, of course, in Permanent Secretary, of course, Ministry of Commerce, Manufacturing, Business Development, Cooperative, and Consumer Affairs. We are down here at the City Hall, and what is happening for Productivity Awareness Week, we are having this Belti Bagay, Isiani Belti Bagay, to go along with our Creole Heritage Month. And as we promised, we have a number of persons here who are displaying their products, of course, all made and manufactured right here in St. Lucia. Our next table, Roses Confectionery. Yes, ek lana belti madame isia, ek ini tout se bagay la nou bwizen pou jounen Creole la. Yes, tamarind balls, I could see the tamarind balls. I could see the tamarind jam. Mwen sa we tablet la, eve kon nou ka kakachat la. Mwen sa we la jle pomme site, of course, siwet. Et puis belle madame nan ki la, i kay di nou roses. I habillé en rouge, so sav si en rouge, ek ou sav jis si vey ki en rouge. And we are here, of course, she's displaying a lot of what persons look forward to when it comes to our Creole Heritage Month, but more so, persons who travel, persons who go abroad, whenever they are here, those are among the little tasty bites that they want to get. So tell us a little about your business. Tell us how you get started. Tell us what exactly you have here and what could persons expect.
Good morning to all. Well, if I have to tell you when it started, I have to go way, way, way back from school when my mother used to give me to sell these tamarind balls. And I've continued since. I used to do it as a hobby because I worked with the government. But since I'm on retirement now, so I'm going to start it off as my little business, as Rosie's Confectionery. I can be rich. I make tamarind balls, tablets, gooseberry jam, plum jams, golden apple jams, or whatever fruit is in season. So I'm happy to be a part of this activity today, and it will be a real push for me in my new endeavor.
Bon, moi, hakaou, sav mwen kay dou sa. So, le moun si moun vle kontakte ou si moun vle sav ko yo ka hen nou, ki manye yo sa hen nou, si moun vle ou fe pièce se produit a oni la, si moun vle di comme ko yo vle vendre pour jouner créole et ben yo vle mener l'autre pays, c'est qui manye moun sa kontakte ou et côté yo sa jwen nou.
Pour à présent, moun sa kouye mwen a sou téléphone 718-5589 or you say email moi à sur louisrosemeter@gmail.com. Et puis nous allons parler.
Eh bien, autant madame Namaze Rose, comme nous ici à côté où ça ouais c'est produit ça, et sous quand voit nous ça descend, ça c'est pour semaine productivité, yo ka fait moun savent qui ça, c'est gentil business noir. qu'a fait en Saint-Lucie. Moving right along, as I go across from Rose's confectionery, I have a gentleman here who has a number of photos and of course exhibits right on the floor. He will tell us his name. He will tell us exactly what is it that he's into as it relates to his micro business.
Yeah, blessed love, good day everyone. My name is Brian Chen from Woodlands, Castries. I'm the founder of Rise Rebar Fabrication. My specialty is in fabrication of rebars, whether it's foundation, walls, culverts, name it, we get it done for you, I just kind of,
Yes, you're displaying what it is. So basically, you have those, and you produce. That's for persons who are building. If they need any of what you have here, how do they contact you? Where could they reach you? And what is the process for getting the products you have here?
I got contact numbers. I got cards. You can reach out to me, which I can give away. So.
And you say the name of your business is?
Rise Rebar Fabrication.
Rise Rebar Fabrication. And of course, on his card it says, specialize in fabricating and placing of rebars. Of course, that is Brian Etienne is the name there. Just briefly, what do you believe events like these do for a small business like you? Because we heard from the PFs what the technical support, the financial support, what really do you think showcases like this, little expos like that could do for your business?
Well, really the business would benefit a lot from it. Just showcasing, broadcasting, all media being out there, other people can see what's really, what you're up to and other stuff like that. So I really benefited from that same way. There's that particular part of being there, Okay. Yeah.
And of course, as we promised, ladies and gentlemen, there are a number of persons showcasing here at the City Hall, right here, Productivity Awareness Week. And we are moving along. We are showcasing our micro enterprises we have present at this expo. And as we move on, I could see Kviv. Et puis, si Lanatan nous a parlé about moi créole héritage là moi hawe ici à Chai bel bagay. Okay, we will speak to the owner right here. She will give us a little insight as to exactly what she has. I could see a number of her products here. She will give us her name, an insight as to your business, what exactly you do, and of course how it all started.
Okay, sure, I'll be more than happy to. So my name is Velma Cadet, and the start of my business isn't really a happy story. It actually came from when I was going through a very dark time in my life. Actually, in 2016, my mom passed 2 weeks before I gave birth to my second boy. And as you can imagine, I went into depression. And one day, my sister was actually looking at a video on making these bags, and it just spoke to me. And I tried it the night, and that was the first time in months that I actually felt relaxed and at peace. And from that time, I started to make the bags, and it has evolved from where I started, because right now we have different sizes, of course. My bags are padded on the inside, which makes them waterproof, as opposed to when I just started, it was just the outside material, exactly. We have different sizes, and the bags are very good for organizing your stuff. There are so many uses for these bags. We have the coin purses, we have the smaller ones that kids use as pencil cases, women use to put their sanitary napkins and stuff, makeup as well. We have the ones that you can use for your tablet, laptop bags, because again, they're water resistant. So it widens or broadens the uses that they provide. And again, the price is very affordable. We have bags as low as $5, and the most you would pay for a bag from KFIV is $25. So.
Definitely, and if you're watching, ladies and gentlemen, happening right now at the City Hall, a number of those bags, you could notice, I see we have the madras cloth, very, very, very colorful, and like I would have asked those before you, if someone needs to get in contact with you, how exactly do they do that? What is the number and the contact information?
Sure. So right now, I do have these bags at the JQ Mall. I hooked up with another small business, Forever Charmed. She's at the top floor of the JQ Mall, Unit S3, and also at Natural Talents at the JQ Mall as well, the first floor. So you can get the bags there, or you can contact me at 519-3990. That's my number on WhatsApp, and I would be more than happy to assist.
Thank you so much. Right here at the City Hall, it is all happening, ladies and gentlemen. Just let me remind you, those of you who are viewing or listening to us out there, you could come on down. We have our Micro Enterprise Expo that is taking place right now. Belty Bagay, showcasing small manufacturing produce, innovative products. Of course, this is organized by the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association and the Ministry of Commerce at the City Hall right here in Castries. And what we are doing right now, we are giving persons a little insight into what exactly our micro business persons are doing. Right? So before I could move on to our next supplier, our next table, Miss Lita, she says. Before we could move on, we will pause for a break, and as soon as we're back, we will have another exciting interview as we bring you the Micro Enterprise Expo happening right here at Castries City Hall.
It's bigger, better, expanded. Productivity Awareness Week 2022, October 17th to the 21st, under the theme Expanding National Consciousness Towards Greater Productivity. Productivity is simply increasing your output while maintaining your level of inputs. On October 17th, we launch Productivity Awareness Week, followed by a lively discussion on opportunities and threats in the blue economy. Bankers descend on the Vendors Arcade for digital banking solutions on October 18th. The Castries City Hall will be a buzz of activity on October 19th. Belty Bagay, a showcase from over 20 manufacturers displaying their products. But don't you miss the discussion on energy awareness, the reduction strategy on October 20th. And on the same day, we expand your consciousness with a timely discussion on the cannabis industry in St. Lucia. Productivity Awareness Week, October 17th to the 21st, 2022.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to our presentation here at the Micro Enterprise Expo. Belty Bagay, Eknujawa Shai Belty Bagay is here. We saw the young gentleman who has the rebars fabrication. We saw the bags. We have produce, nous la gelée, nous siwet, tamarin, la gelée. You know, we have English solutions. We saw all of that. Is happening right here at the City Hall. Of course, this is showcasing small manufacturing producing small manufacturers, that is, producing innovative products. And that was organized by the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association and the Ministry of Commerce at the Castries City Hall. And as we move along, the small businesses who are present here, we are getting an idea as to exactly what the products are. I may remind you, all of what is happening here, manufactured and produced right here in St. Lucia. So our next table, I could see a number of beautiful cards here, and we have, of course, the founder, owner, Ms. Zelita Wicks. She will give us the background into her business and exactly what it's all about. Mrs. Wicks?
Thank you. Well, as the gentleman introduced me, it's Zelita Weeks, and I'm actually the founder of Zenovations. We actually cater for personalized greeting cards and other accessorizing paper products. So as you can see, we have a variety of greeting cards like thank you cards, birthday cards, weddings. We've also added a little feature here where you can add a photo to the card. So if you'd like to give somebody a card and make it a little more meaningful, add a more personal touch, you can get a photo of them, and you can also have your own words placed in the card. So we personalize the cards for you, which really adds meaning to the card. We also do other products like, what you call these? Okay. Bookmarks, sorry. Yeah, so we do bookmarks as well, and we also do calendars. So we can pretty much personalize any product, paper product, that you'd like to give to somebody as a gift, or maybe add to a gift or something like that. So the business has been around for the last 4 years. And so we're pretty much located in the Castries Boulevard. We do like a pop-up shop there daily. We're located right in front of Church's Chicken and Domino's Pizza at intervals. I can also be reached via Instagram or Facebook. It's at Zenovations. And you can also contact me directly. It's 519-0567. Yes.
And that is Ms. Zelita Wicks. And as you could see, she has a number of her cards, and as she said, she could customize it. You just have to contact her. She's in the Boulevard, and they could give you that special card. She also has the calendars. She has bookmarks. All of the above happening right here. And when we speak of micro enterprises and what is happening here, definitely, ladies and gentlemen, you would notice we have a lot going on with our small manufacturers. And I will move, if my camera guys could follow me, and we would like to speak to Miss Paula James. Yes, St. Lucia Manufacturers Association for Small Business. I would definitely like to speak to her. And of course, no stranger when we speak of those micro enterprises, manufacturing in St. Lucia. We would just like to get your overview. You have seen what is happening here. We heard from the PS, the plans for that department, the manufacturing department. Give us an overview of today's activity.
Well, I am quite happy to see the small manufacturers out here because they are really micro persons who are doing what they have to do to make sure that their business comes on stream. They are people who get up very early in the morning and go to bed very late in the night. But when you see the quality of their product and what they do, it leaves a lot, you know, to be happy about because they are ready to export. You see some of the stuff that they do. So to get them to that level, we encourage them as manufacturing to start off with that in mind, that whatever you do, always think of, I'm ready to export. So once you get to that level, you don't have an additional cost. To them, because they're so small, what will help be a deterrent for them is the cost of their inputs, like maybe their packaging, because a lot of the packaging stuff we have in St. Lucia, we have to import. So that will be a big strain for them. Even when I look at the beautiful cards this lady is making, the material to make the cards will be a cost for her. But it's fantastic when I look at what she has done. The finished product is beautiful. So she needs to find a space so people know where she operates, because there are a lot of people, despite all the virtual and sending email and saying happy birthday and a little picture, people still want that paper, that personal touch. So I still think there's a lot of space for her to grow and develop, but she needs to expose herself. And this is why today was a good opportunity for her and the others that are here, so that they can show people what they do, where you can find them, and you can do a personalized order. The lady with the nice Madras bags, they are beautiful. So it's a lot to show St. Lucians what we have to offer, and that's just a drop in the bucket. There's so many micro manufacturers and producers in St. Lucia with quality work.
Earlier, I spoke to the PS, of course, in the Ministry of Commerce, Manufacturing and Business Development, and in her speech, she did speak of the financing and technical support for the micro enterprises we have here. Could you just speak a little to that?
Well, the ministry was able to source some funds through CDB, and they are giving a loan grant funding. The grant part of it is the larger chunk, which is 70%. You don't have to pay this back, but the other part is a loan with a very low interest rate. It will give you, the person, also the opportunity to be serious about what you have to do, because here I have gotten this grant, so it's give me the chance to expand, but then I've taken a loan portion of it so that I need to make sure my business continues to grow and develop. So it gives you a sense of responsibility and a want-to. So the loan grant is fine for me and for a lot of the small manufacturers. It's just the interest rate we need to make sure it is palatable for them to be able to survive with that, because they are small. So their income would not be a large, huge chunk of money coming in every month. So once they're able to meet that payment, I'm fine with that. And the Ministry of Commerce continues to show and give us the holding hand and the helping hand that we need, not just the micro, all manufacturers, anybody producing a product, they give you that opportunity. So it's up to you now to come out, showcase what you have, do what you have to do, and be a partner with the ministry.
And finally, for someone probably who's just starting, as we call it, those micro businesses in a kitchen somewhere, at their home somewhere, and probably viewing this or hearing our voice right now as a result of the Productivity Awareness Week, where could they contact you? What would be your final words to those persons? Because definitely they are the ones we are targeting, and they are the ones we are trying to, of course, elevate and get them to the next spot. For somebody trying to say, man, I could have been here, where could I contact? I wonder how could I get on board? What exactly could the manufacturing, department do for us as an association?
As an association, we work with micro, really micro, and we guide them from start to finish. So if you are thinking of doing something or you're doing something, when I see the quality and the standard of what you're doing, I take you to the next level by encouraging you, hey, you need to fix your packaging. Go to Bureau of Standards. Make sure you have it right. You have you have to put on your label, and make sure this is correct. The packaging, we encourage them to make sure it is done in a professional manner, and it is competitive, because once you start to produce, you're already into that expense. You need to survive. You need to stay there. So being a part of the association, it gives the micro manufacturers an opportunity to network with the larger manufacturers who are already established, and they know where to find and how to get things. A lot of them do training, they do mentoring for the smaller persons, and the smaller manufacturers do network with our large manufacturers. So when you hear, okay, there are big people like a Baron, a distillers, a brewery, wow, I'm so small, don't be afraid. They would guide you and help you, because whatever they do it not just for their business, but everybody will benefit. So when we negotiate and we talk to the ministry, it's not for the Baron and the bigger ones. The smaller manufacturers will benefit also. We are located at 24 Upper Bridge Street, right at the bottom of police headquarters, a green and white building, so you can find me there anytime.
Always a pleasure, and thank you so much, and we wish you all the best.
Thanks, Cokes.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, right? For those of you who've been following us, and those of you who have been part of our audience here at the City Hall, and probably trying to figure out what was happening or what is happening here, ladies and gentlemen, it is, as I said, we have our Micro Enterprise Expo, Bagay, and of course showcasing small manufacturers producing innovative products, organized by the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association and the Ministry of Commerce right here at the City Hall. Of course, a number of presenters here, micro businesses, and we heard from PS in Commerce, we heard from the Manufacturers Association, all whom were present here, and as we heard, the intention intention is to elevate them. The intention is to take them to the next level. The intention is to make sure, of course, those persons have the technical support and the financial support that they need. Nous pas de quitter ici si nous pas de moi héritage créole ici pour vous qui voulez savoir kakachile qui ça qui t'a fait ici nous ka faut savent that qui ici les venir pour productivité si même ça yo t'a célébrer et puis nous dans chaque Saint-Lucien chaque petit business et en bas titre là Belti Bagay, nous tenons Expo ici à côté, yo te ka mouché ces produits yo te ka mouché ces bagay là yo ka produit ici en Saint-Lucie. Et nous parler ba yon chaidi yo, nous aussi tan les vini pour secrétaire permanent ministre commerce yo te ici et parmi bagay nous attend les vini pour commitment gouvernement pour l'argent pour assister ces moun ça pas l'argent seulement en finance là mais yo ka supporter yo les venir pour conseil technique quand nous a dit merci dans moi héritage créole a big thank you and this is where we're signing off at the city hall telling you please you could continue to support the awareness week as we move along and as we say a big thank you to you, not forgetting people that tomorrow we have a panel discussion on energy awareness, all right? And that would be the reduction strategy, the impact of energy on business productivity. Yes, can the proposed new legislation make a difference? And of course, that is organized by the Energy Department in the Ministry of Infrastructure. And we also remind you on the 21st, at 8 p.m. to 9:30, we have the framework and standard for the cannabis industry in St. Lucia, positioning for competitiveness and economic growth. And that one, of course, is organized by the St. Lucia Bureau of Standard. So, from the City Hall, a complete package as it relates to Productivity Awareness Week, we say, thank you, and please join us and support as we continue to celebrate Productivity Week.
It's bigger, better, expanded. Productivity Awareness Week 2022, October 17th to the 21st, under the theme Expanding National Consciousness Towards Greater Productivity. Productivity is simply increasing your output while maintaining your level of inputs. On October 17th, we launch Productivity Awareness Week, followed by a lively discussion on opportunities and threats in the blue economy. Bankers descend on the Vendors Arcade for digital banking solutions on October 18th. The Castries City Hall will be a buzz of activity on October 19th. Belti Bagay, a showcase from over 20 manufacturers displaying their products. But don't you miss the discussion on energy awareness, the reduction strategy on October 20th. And on the same day, we expand your consciousness with a timely discussion on the cannabis industry in St. Lucia. Productivity Awareness Week, October 17th to the 21st, 2022.